I grew up in an era where tobacco was everywhere, so my introduction to tobacco was immediate. My dad was a 3-pack-a-day smoker, and he quit when I was really young, so it wasn't really in the house, but it was everywhere. I used to be able to smoke in grocery stores. That's how, I guess that's dating myself, but that's how old I am. I started smoking a lot when I dated this girl. She looked like Whitney Houston, smoked in Newports. If you squint, she looked like Whitney Houston. You're sitting around, you know, drinking coffee with your friends, late at night being cool, and or pretending to be adult. And then pretty soon you're buying a pack of cigarettes every day on the way to school or on the way to work. And yeah, and then it's a part of your life. It was for me for 20 years. And as a smoker, you make all the jokes, non-smokers die every day too. We're all gonna die someday, what's it matter? You know, it's all that fun stuff. Until you get a doctor's report that says that your wife has COPD. And so it was either we quit smoking or I'd lose her a lot faster than I ever wanted to. So we kind of had to really start thinking about quitting. It's not something like, oh, she's sick, so let's stop smoking. I wish it was that easy. It's not. Over 20 years, it became a part of me. And now I got to let part of me go. And you really have to it's like you have to make peace with that. And I think that's the hardest part, is realizing that you're going to be a different person. And I think that's what stops a lot of people, or a lot of people don't realize it's that serious. It's not just, I don't want to smoke anymore. It's, I don't want to be around that person. I'm not going to that party anymore. I'm never going to that bar again. Or certain places you remember it and it triggers. So it's very hard.
I just tried to be as supportive as I possibly could to him, with giving him his space though, and trying to stay out of his business. Because you know, when somebody's constantly asking you, how's that quitting smoking thing going? I would assume that when you talk about smoking, the person is now thinking, wow, I'd really like a cigarette. Thanks for bringing up the quitting aspect.
So a lady at work told me something pretty pivotal, which was, what's your goal? To quit smoking, right? And so she said, wear the patch for the rest of your life. At least you're not smoking. And for some reason, that registered. So I did. I wore the patch, and I worked on all the other stuff you got to do to learn to be a non-smoker. And then one day, I realized that the patch had actually turned around. I hadn't had it on all day. It was stuck to the inside of my shirt the wrong way. And that was the first hurdle of getting over. Like, oh wait, maybe I can do this without smoking, without the nicotine. It was that was that one moment for me.
Oh, Hooker, AKA the Candy Man. He started having dum-dum suckers, and he had them with him at all times in his pockets. He was like this little old man with hard candy.
I use dum-dum suckers, which I have with me if you want to see them. I'm not even lying, dum-dum suckers. And I have a little pocket knife that a buddy gave me. And so I fidget a lot with that in my hands. That's the worst habit for me to break. It took me 20 years to get here. You can't drop it in a week. You just can't get rid of it. Try changing your laugh. People who don't smoke don't understand that. Try changing your laugh. It's almost impossible. Why? Same laugh you had since you were a kid. So for me, over 20 years of smoking, it's hard to get rid of. Even to this day, I'll tell you now, it's been a year, I still think about smoking every day. I still want it. I still reach for a pack of cigarettes. Even though I don't want to smoke, I've made the decision not to, I still do this, looking for a cigarette every now and then. So it's not you're done with it in a week. Oh, 3 days, nicotine will be out of your system. What a joke. It's a lot longer than that. So be supportive of someone who's trying to quit, really. They need your help.